final message from the Seder table is the plate itself, the actual vessel that we place the Seder items on. What is the message of the plate? In total, we have 10 items. We have 3 matzahs, we have 6 things we put on the Seder plate, and we have the plate itself. There's a beautiful Kabbalistic idea behind the plate and a powerful message. Kabbalistically, we are taught that our soul is governed by 10 powers. Those 10 powers are divided into 3. The first component is 3 layers of intellect, Chochmah, BINA, and Dat. Then we have 6 emotions, our feelings, our passions, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, and so on. Then we have the final layer of our soul, the final power is called Malchut, and that's the plate. That's like the plate. What does that mean? We could think great things. We can have the right attitudes. We develop fantastic perspectives. We can channel our emotions in the right directions. We can love. We can have passion. We can get excited. But we can also leave it there and never actually absorb it properly and apply it the next day. We can have good intentions. We can get excited about doing good things. We can want to grow. We can desire and really have the yearning to take the next step, but it can dissipate and be as if it never happened. The plate is the bottom rung of the 10 layers. It is what absorbs and catches everything else and contains it and sustains it and makes sure that it remains. Let me tell you a nice little story of times of old when a person went to visit the city of Kotsk. Now the Kotsker Hasidim were known for the practices that were a little bit strange. And the Kotsker Rebbe, the famous Kotsker Rebbe, was known to be quite a sharp individual. So this fellow went to the town of Kotsk to observe the Kotsker Hasidim. And he observed some strange things. One night, it was Yom Kippur night, and they got up in shul, and the Gabba, the guy in charge of the synagogue, said, "We are now going to pray Mariv." And this fellow got incensed. How could you call the prayer of Yom Kippur night Mariv? Mariv is what we do every night. On Yom Kippur, it's special. It's called Kol Nidre. But okay, he left with the question and he didn't do anything about it. 6 months later, it was Pesach night. It was the Seder night. Everyone knows the Seder experience. And he was in shul for the prayers. And after shul, the Gabba gets up once again and bangs on the bimah and makes an announcement. Everyone should go home to eat dinner. And this guy became enraged. How could you refer to the meal on Pesach night as dinner? Dinner is what we eat every night. On Pesach night, it's called the Seder. It's not called dinner. And after Pesach, he couldn't hold himself back, so he went in to see the Kotsker Rebbe to ask him this question. And he said, how can you do that? How can you call the prayer of Yom Kippur night Mariv and not call Nidre? How can you call the Seder dinner and not the Seder? And the Kotsker Rebbe looked at this fellow and he said, my son, let me explain it to you. Over here in Kotz, every time we pray at night, it's a Kol Nidre. Every meal we eat is a Seder. The purpose of the Seder experience and the freedom we taste on Seder night is not to remain at Pesach. It's not to get left behind with the Seder experience. It needs to be caught by the plate. It needs to be kept for after Pesach. After Pesach, when we finish with the whole experience, we need to think, what can I take away from Pesach? What step can I take to sustain and to make sure that the freedom which I experienced and was given as a gift on Seder night can be held permanently and taken with us throughout the entire year.